Allah the most gracious, the most merciful. All praise is due to Allah the Almighty, the Lord of the worlds. May Allah's peace, mercy and blessings be upon His final and last messenger Muhammad. And may Allah's peace, mercy and blessings be upon each and every one of you, dear viewers, watching this video from Al-Azhar Mosque. Like I said in the previous videos, also here from Al-Azhar Mosque, that the principle when it comes to dealings and interactions between Muslims and non-Muslims is nothing but peace. Peaceful coexistence and mutual respect and mutual understanding and the cooperation on all the fields of the betterment of the global human family. And we made it clear that jihad is all about defense and defending honor and land and the freedoms of the people. And also I stressed the fact that the history of Islam is greater and is too much bright to be just crushed by some people and then trying to smear it just for very isolated incidents. Not only this, as a matter of fact, to stress here a very important thing and to clarify the fact that when it comes to noble manners and when it comes to maintaining high ethical standards, there is a very distinguishing feature that Islam stresses when it comes to its moral and high ethical standards, and that's the fact that noble manner and ethical morality and noble manners, they should be observed under all circumstances. So in Islam there is nothing like the end justifies the means, i.e., or to put it differently, even if there is something good that's going to be achieved or something positive that's going to be achieved through employing means that are unlawful, then definitely resorting or employing such means is completely forbidden and unlawful. And irrespective of the end result, as long as the means to achieve something is unlawful and forbidden, then of course recourse to them or resorting to them or employing them is completely, totally forbidden. In addition to this, let me also add the fact that, which is a very important one to be aware of when it comes to Muslims and non-Muslims, that even in times of war and hardship, Islam is a torch bearer and a forerunner in establishing that there are ethics, there are noble manners that need to be observed and maintained even in times of war and in times of trial and difficulty. And it is for this, for example, we clearly see that Islam commands justice with all Muslims and non-Muslims and under all circumstances, even with the enemy. Yes, even with the enemy, Islam commands Muslims to observe justice while dealing with them, even in the battlefield. And it is for this we read in the Noble Quran, do not let, the meaning of which, do not let the hatred of others to you make you swerve to wrong and depart from justice. Be just. That's more closer to piety. So we see that the Quran is clearly guiding Muslims in order not to succumb to the fits of rage and not just to be inclined to satisfy their own ego and their own sense of injustice. No, justice should be fulfilled even with one's enemy. Yes, this is what Islam teaches Muslims and this is what Islam commands Muslims to do. And of course this was a translation of the verse in chapter Al-Ma'idah, which is chapter number 5, and the verse number is number 8. So we can clearly see that the Quran telling Muslims, don't let your enmity for some people exceed the limits and make you go beyond and exaggerate and violate the right things and turn you away from justice in either words or deeds. With that being said, let's move on to a very important thing that also Islam teaches Muslims to observe, and that Islam declares it to be strictly and clearly forbidden to carry out or to do any act of treachery or betrayal, even when dealing with the enemy, like I said. As Islam completely forbids any act of treachery or betrayal, as the Noble Quran clearly states, Allah does not love treacherous people. And we can find this in chapter Al-Anfal, which is chapter number 8, in verse number 58. In addition to this, my dear viewers, Islam declares it to be completely forbidden to do mutilation of dead bodies of the enemy. So disfiguring the bodies of the dead bodies of any one of the enemy is completely forbidden, as the Prophet ﷺ has once declared that, do not mutilate people. So this is a clear instruction, a clear-cut instruction, and in a very strong wording from the Prophet ﷺ, prohibiting any act of mutilation or disfiguring any of the dead bodies of the enemy. Not only this, rather Islam prohibits the killing or targeting non-combatants or civilians, be they children, women, or all the people. And Islam declares it to be completely unlawful to carry out any act that would harm or destroy the environment. And alongside with this, Islam makes it completely unlawful to carry out any act that would cause corruption in the land. And for instance, one of the incidents that show this, upon dispatching a military expedition, the great companion of the Prophet ﷺ, Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, who is the first of the rightly guided caliphs and one of the closest companions of the Prophet ﷺ, he said to the leader of that military expedition, and he was Osama ibn Zayd, and he addressed him, and he clearly stated, do not let your army kill young children, old people or women. Do not uproot or burn palms or cut down fruitful trees. Do not slaughter sheep, cows or camels, except for the purpose of food. Then he goes on to say, you will come across some people who have set themselves apart in hermitages. Leave them to accomplish the purpose for which they have done this. So in light of all of this, we can see that not only that Islam urges Muslims to show courtesy and to deal in a way that best with everyone around them, Muslims and non-Muslims, also when it comes to a very critical and a very significant situation, even like a hardship and a hard time like war, there are ethics, there are moral standards that Islam commands Muslims to observe even when it comes to the battlefield. And of course, this is now what you find in the Geneva Convention, and many international bodies are striving to achieve. And we find that Islam and the Prophet of Islam and all prophets and messengers, they were the forerunners to achieve this and to bring this into action. That's it. I leave you in the care of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.